Yeah, hi, this is Steve. Sorry, I was deep in thought. I know it's hard to believe, but it was happening right then and there. You just saw it, okay? Now, I didn't actually conjure up a thought, but, I was, thinking about having a thought. Okay, Steve, enough. Get on with the video. Excuse me. Sorry about that. That probably sounds really good in that mic. So, this is from PA1189J, Phil's site, another mashup. Angelina Jordan, Sam Smith, I'm Not the Only One. And all of these mashups just demonstrate to me why I'm an Angelina fan, okay? Let's just keep it short and sweet. All of the artists that are mashed up with Angelina are great artists. They all sing beautifully. They're all well known. They're all popular. They've all made it to the top, if you will. And none of that matters, because when Angelina starts singing, it's all over. In my book, I'm a biased fan, okay? So it's not a contest. It's different styles, different people doing the same song. So you got something that you can compare apples to apples instead of apples to oranges. But it turns into apples to oranges because Angelina has extra stuff, okay? And I have never heard a singer that has anything like her extra stuff. It's unique to her. So, it is what it is. I mean, everybody's, all these other people are great singers. They really are. They're at the top of their profession for the most part, every one of them. And they made it. Well, and that takes a lot to get to the top of that stuff, because there's so many people out there trying to do the same thing. Everybody brings their own abilities and talents. And so does Angelina. So what I'm going to do is, I am going to do you guys the biggest favor in the world that I think I can do you right now. And I'm going to put this in full screen mode. I'm not going to talk, and we're just going to let the video run. I'll talk at the end, okay? Promise. But let's go watch it.
You and me, we made a vow, for better or for worse. I can't believe you let me down, but the proof in the way it hurts.
For months on end I've had my doubts, denying every tear. I wish this would be over now, but I know that I still need you here.
You say I'm crazy, 'cause you don't think I know what you've done.
But when you call me baby, I know I'm not the only one.
You've been so unavailable. Now sadly I know why. Your heart is unobtainable, even though you don't share mine.
You say I'm crazy, 'cause you don't think I know what you've done. But when you call me baby, I know I'm not the only one.
I 'cause you don't think I know what you've done.
But when you call me baby, I know I'm not the only one.
I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one.
Okay, let's go back over here. Here we go. Hold it right there, folks. Okay, so observations. This is my time to do a little commentary, okay? And give my observations and whatever I thought about the video. That's why you guys come here, right? You want to hear all this. Yeah, right. Well, kind of, maybe. Depends on what you're going to say, Steve, and how long you're going to talk. So, first of all, Angelina always looking beautiful. I just love her hair. I like it when it's messy. Well, I shouldn't say messy. Somebody's going to yell at me and say, don't tell a girl her hair looks messy. Well, okay. Her hair looks like it's in a natural state, and I like that. To me, that's the best. Is that better? Okay, I think that's probably pretty good. Simple. You know, it's just a thing. You know, I grew up in an era when there wasn't all the stuff that there is nowadays, and I liked it. Okay, so what can I tell you? You know, I grew up that way. That's the way it is. So, anyway, so Phil, again, I love the way Phil does these mashups like this because it's simple. Angelina's on the right in this video. Sam Smith is on the left. Sam Smith is a great singer. Beautifully done. He actually wrote the song about a breakup that he had. This is personal to him and very emotional, I'm sure. He lived through it. He went through it. So, yeah, he knows what this feels like. And you can hear it in his voice. He's got some angst in there and some heartbreak. You can hear it in his voice for sure. Okay. However, again, me being a biased Angelina fan, she's just got more stuff in her singing, and she hasn't lived it. She hasn't been through it. That doesn't matter. She understands it somehow and is connected to it somehow. Don't know how. Wish I knew. No, take it back. Don't care. Don't want to know. Okay? But I'm going to keep looking for the answers. Hope I never find them. I'd rather be on the, it's always, anything that you do that requires a effort and a search, it's that part that's the important part. The search and the effort. Okay? Sometimes the destination is anticlimactic. Not to mention, now you got to look for something else to search. So you have to reestablish a new set of goals. So anyway, and there's nothing wrong with that, of course. I'm just joking around, but I really do mean that the journey actually oftentimes is more important than the destination as far as enriching your life. So, yeah. So Angelina's voice, beautiful, perfect, awesome, great, you name it. I also happen to notice that Angelina is singing with an acoustic guitar as an accompaniment. And I'm not hearing much as far as electronic stuff. Typically, most time you're going to hear a little reverb, very common. I'm not hearing a lot of stuff on Angelina's voice, like nothing. And we know she doesn't use any enhancements of any kind. We will hear some reverb on occasion, but other than that, no auto-tune, no the other baloney that's out there, right? Sam Smith there's a lot of bass in this, and there's certainly some electronic stuff going on, but not. I think Sam Smith has a beautiful voice, so he doesn't need all that. Maybe he doesn't even want it, but there's a lot of bass going on. I don't know what that's all about. So, to me, the bass is more distracting than helpful in this particular song because it's a beautiful song. That's just me, okay? And I know the bass is popular with a lot of people. You get the beat going, it thumps right through your whole body. I can hear them driving down the street out front of my house. Some people with they must have fancy speakers in their cars, and they go by, and man, it's just a rumbling. Man, it sounds like a dump truck coming from down the street, and then all of a sudden it's a car with a bang, 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 bang. It's like now I got one guy that drives by here. It's right around 3 o'clock every morning, doing that, and I'm usually still up, but it's like. Was I that bad when I was a kid? Bad, like inconsiderate of that there's other people on the planet besides myself? Was I? Was I that way too? I guess maybe, I don't know. I don't remember being that way, but maybe I was. So, let's get back on topic. Angelina and Sam Smith. So in my, it's not a contest. If we're not playing who's better, who's that. I have a biased preference for Angelina Jordan, period. She can do no wrong in my book. So, she's always going to be the number one pick for me, only because she's the only singer I know that touches my soul on a consistent basis. Another song, this is another example. Sam Smith sings, beautiful voice. You can look at the picture there and just hear his voice, and it's like, yeah, that's really nice. Does it touch my soul? No, it doesn't touch my soul. Do I feel bad for him that he had a breakup and he's feeling bad for himself? Not any more than... I wish I felt worse for him, to be honest with you, because I've been through that too, and it's terrible. Okay? And you got to go through it to get over it. But it's like, no, not really feeling it any more than just, any other thing, Then Angelina sings it right away. I feel emotion. And that is a new experience for me since I first saw Angelina. That's when that kicked in. It's going back a piece now, 6 years probably. And, at this late stage of the game for me, as far as my life goes, that's a new experience for me. But she's the only one. I've listened to all kinds of singers. I've been to concerts. I've done all this stuff like everybody else has done. And there's some great singers out there, and there was people I'd go to bat for in the past, singers that I liked and all that, and I could have an argument with, discussion, maybe an argument over who's better, this one or that one. I've been through all that stuff. But not like this. Never. Never even knew it was one of the options on the checklist, to be honest with you. Emotion, check. Empathy, check. Loving other human beings because this girl's singing, check. I never knew those things were on the checklist. They never even popped up, And it's like, really? Listening to somebody sing can do all that. Yep, it did to me, and did to a lot of other Angel fans too. I know it did. So, actually, from being in Portsmouth and being around everybody, it is mad. It's just magic, man. It just is. And I don't believe in magic. Well, let's say I never used to believe in magic, but it's a type of magic for sure. It's magical to be there, like going to the Magic Kingdom, Disneyland, Disney World, whichever one is called Disney Magic Kingdom. I think is that the Florida one, I think? So that's Disney World. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Can't keep it straight. So, I'm going to end it there. I've been yammering on about who knows what, as usual. But I have kept to the song pretty good, I think, this time, which is kind of unusual. And I just think that, every time I watch one of these mashups, it just drives it home. As good as Sam Smith is, as popular as he is, as big as he is in the recording and music game, the fans that he has and all the other stuff, when you put Angelina up next to him, I'm sorry. She just has other stuff that other people don't have. She's unique, special, and gifted in a way other people are not. I'm not saying she doesn't work at it too. She does. Her work ethic is second to none. Just think about all the stuff she's done in her short. So far, she's going to turn 18 in 2 weeks, right? Less than 2 weeks now, and it's all the stuff she's done. all this stuff. Just got done singing at the Nobel Peace Award ceremony. She did that before when she was, I think she was 10 then, I think, 10 or somewhere around there, maybe even 8, I think. I don't remember which age she was, but she was young. I don't know if that was an official award ceremony, but a couple of the people that were nominated, I think the one girl won, were there, so I don't know, it had something to do with the Nobel thing. Somebody said it wasn't actually a Nobel Prize Award thing. Well, maybe it wasn't, but, you know, the people that got the award are there. It was set up, it was a concert to sing this for somebody. It was like, you know, it wasn't just something that happened in the parking lot. So, not that Angelina would mind singing in the parking lot, because she doesn't. But you know, then the whole circumstance behind that. Remember, she had a cold. The doctor forbade her to go out there and sing, and it would be bad for her and all that. She went out there in her bare feet. Everybody in the audience, including the recipients or the nominees or whatever they were up on stage, the girl and the guy there. Everybody was they were all humped up like frozen Eskimos up there, you know. They had their big heavy coats on, and they're all like this, and even the audience, everybody out there they looked like they were freezing, man. Guess who comes out there in their bare feet because they said they would? Angelina. And there's a space heater on her feet, but still, I don't know if you've ever been around space heaters or not, but they're not really very, they do put out a lot of heat, but, you know, it's not really, what do you want to call it, dispersed in a way that would be even and comfortable. Sometimes, you know, might put out so much heat that it's actually hot on your foot for a little while, then you move, and then you're cold again. So now you go through that, and when you're not feeling good, that's like the worst, isn't it? You know, wild swings in temperature. You want to kind of keep things more just in the comfort zone, right? So there's all that. So Angelina is my hero with that one for going out there and doing that, because I'm the kind I do the same thing. I don't listen to my doctor hardly ever. I probably should, but I don't. And I mean, I listen to him, but then I do what I think whatever I want to do as far as my own research and what I feel like fits into what I do. So hasn't really served me all that well doing that, but that's who I am. We're going to leave it there. I don't want to be talking about myself too much when I'm supposed to be talking about Angelina and Sam Smith. But yeah, Angelina is just one of a kind. Nobody. I've been saying this lately, and I believe it's 100% true or more than that, okay? The day is coming, and it's not that far away, I don't think, where you just say Angelina, everybody's going to know what you're talking about across the entire globe, okay? And she's going to be a one-name person like Elvis. Angelina. Everybody will know who it is. There's not going to be another Angelina. Okay? There's never been another Elvis since Elvis. And, you know, once somebody takes that name, they got it, you know. You can't just come along and call yourself the same name. It's not right, you know. People don't do that. But it's going to be Angelina, and that's who she's going to be. She's going to go by that. Unless something happens down, you know, or something changes. I don't know what that would be, but, yeah, hey, Prince did it, right? went to a symbol for a while, and then came back to his name. But yeah, you know, that's coming for Angelina. That's the only icons that get to do that. Okay? And she will be an icon. I believe she's a beacon of hope for humanity as it stands, because of her heart and her character and just her nature and just her being is, to me, a beacon of hope that I had given up on, you know. I was pretty much, I was getting into a dark place at one point in time before I came across Angelina. And then once I saw Angelina, it was like, no, you know what, guess what? There is hope for humanity. Right there it is. That's the proof that we can be better. We can do better. You know, we don't have to go down, all of us, down this path. Okay? Maybe Angelina's the one to lead us out of the darkness and into the light. I don't know. Now, I'm not saying everything's... Most people are just leading their life, and they don't even know what's going on around them. You know, so the dark, light, what are they talking about? Somebody turn the lights off, you know? There's people that don't even think about this kind of stuff. Maybe they're the happiest people. I don't really know. But I was pretty sure the human race was going right down the, we're heading towards extinction and on the fast track, And the reason was all this craziness in the world all of a sudden seems to like snuck up on us. And it's like, where did this come from? And you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to get into it. But, there's just all this stuff. And it's like, this, none of it's right. No, it's all backwards, man. It's all wrong. And people just accept it and go with it? No. You don't have to get an argument about somebody about the thing, but you know it's wrong, so you just don't go along with it. That's all. People got a right to say what they want to say, and if it's stupid and crazy and all else, hey, they can say what they want to say, right? But you don't have to agree with it and jump on board. That's the part that gets me. It's like, man, are there that many sheep in the world? There must be. They just kind of go with whatever anybody says, right? Yeah. No, you don't do that, okay? You use your life experience to kind of guide you along the way, and if what you believe in is solid, you don't have to change it, Just craziness, man. Craziness. So I thought the world was going down a dark path, that it was over. Because if you followed these concepts and beliefs that started coming out, it's like, well, that's a path to extinction, There's the human race is going to go extinct if they follow that, because you can't survive that sort of change. If you just take one step back and just look at it just from the simple math, okay? It's so simple to see and easy to figure out that it's like, I can't believe there's not people just standing there with their jaw open thinking, who's coming up with this baloney? So, anyway, Steve, take a deep breath. Come back to earth. So that was the state I was in every day. A state of agitation, and didn't want to accept that we were going down a bad path as a species, but there was no denying it. Then I saw Angelina by happenstance, came along at the right time, right place, right time on a YouTube recommendation that I turned on the YouTube thing and on my TV, and there was this little girl in a white dress singing, I Put a Spell on You. And I said, no way. No way. I gotta see this. And then that started me 6 years ago down this path that I've been on ever since. Basically, it's a path of self-discovery, awareness that there's a bigger world out there than with the world I was in, and being a little more open, actually a lot more open. I had a lot of stuff, I had a lot of places inside my body, my soul, my heart, that I didn't let people get into that. They were not allowed there. Why, I don't know, but, part of it's old-fashioned thinking, part of it's a lot of other things, but, I always thought you had to keep some of that stuff to yourself. You really have to. And I still think you got to keep some things to yourself. A place, maybe a little hiding place. They talk about all those safe spaces and stuff like that. Well, you got one right inside you, where you can go if you need to go there. But there's some things that maybe there's some things you just have to keep to yourself for whatever reason. Nothing. I'm not talking bad stuff. Okay, like you robbed a bank and you got away with it, right? Nothing like that. More things about your nature and your character, I guess, if you will, that and then it's not stuff that you want to choose to share with anybody. I don't know, maybe stuff like that, right? So I went on a deep dive, and I went in, and I tried to step back and get a view from a distance, objectively, about myself. And I got to tell you, if you've never done that, you should try it someday. If you're able to pull it off, the objectivity part, if you're able to pull that off without immediately going to the defense on certain things and, rationalizing other things and all that, if you really can just step back and look at everything honestly is the key word. and objectively. And I'm not saying you got to be overly harsh on yourself either. I mean, everybody's life is full of things, and you could have gone this way, and you could have gone that way, and you went this way, and things turned out the way they turned out. Sometimes it's no win. There's a lot of no win situations in life too, where no matter which way you go, that can go either way. So it's like, yeah, right. You can't really see the end from the beginning. You have to start down a path and hopefully make the best of it as you go. So on and on and on and on, yada yada yada. Steve, you can talk forever, can't you? Yeah, I can sometimes. And today's one of those days, I can tell you that. So Angelina had me at 60, however old I was when I first saw her. I'm 68 now, so 6 years ago, about 62-ish. Go inside, dismantle myself, take a look at all the parts and pieces, and put it back together, or hopefully better, okay? Knock off the dust and the rust and all the other stuff that don't belong there, and take a look at it honestly and say, I can do better. I can be better. I can impact people's lives in a better way. People, random strangers I don't even know. I think I can make them have a better day than they were having. Not make, but try to influence them by my example that it's not that bad. It can get worse, but it's not that bad, really. Think about what you got. Think about what you can do. Think what you're capable of, even though you may have forgotten that you have capability, right? So, all that. And that comes from a 9-year-old girl in a white dress and no shoes singing "I Put a Spell on You," covering the Screaming Jay Hawkins classic, weird, unusual video that I was quite familiar with. That's profound. One of my viewers commented the other day something about, yeah, well, the reason why you feel about that is because her singing is so profound. That's a good way of saying it. That's a big that's an umbrella that covers a lot of ground. That's what you got to do when you're describing things like that. And it is profound. It is profound. It's not just you listen to a song, then you wait and you want to listen to the next song. It's not like that. She reaches inside you and however she does it, and she alerts you to the fact that you're alive, and you can still contribute. You can contribute to the better good just with little things. It doesn't have to be big things. You don't have to sell your house and give all your money to charity. You don't have to do that. You can't even want to, but you got to have a place to live, And how about a smile to somebody who isn't smiling? How about just some random act of kindness? I got to go to Walmart a little while. I'm going to go out and take my dogs for a walk. Then we're going to stop at Walmart and pick up a couple things. Nothing major. And that's it. I haven't been to Walmart now in like 4 days. That's got to be a record. I'm there, fairly frequently for just minor things. And I try to every time that I'm in Walmart and I'm in line. I go to the line. I try not to go to the self-checkout, but sometimes they direct you there. But I try to go to the line with an actual cashier. Even if it's a really long line where the cashier is, I like to talk to people. So if I'm in a line, I got all kinds of opportunity to talk to people. You go to the self-checkout thing, it goes so fast you don't really get a chance to get into any kind of talk. It's more like you could say something casual. And that could be enough. But yeah, I like to talk to people. I talk to the cashier. I try to always greet them with a, hey, how you doing today? Oh boy, you're doing a great job here. This thing's really moving along. I try to make them cheer up their day a little bit if I can. Because that's got to be a tough job sometimes, I would imagine. Like most jobs. They have their good side and their bad side. So, yeah, that's what I do. Why? Because Angelina told me to. Not exactly like that, but she told me, you can be better, you can do better. And I believe her, and I know I can. So I'm going to go out there and try to make it happen. If that doesn't seem like much to you, it isn't that much, okay? But it's something. Step in the right direction. So, boy. Okay, guys, I'm going to quit talking. This girl right here, Angelina Jordan, before I saw her right now I'd be just a grumpy old man whining about the situation we're in. Because it really hasn't gotten any better necessarily, but you know what? I'm not looking at it anymore. I know it's there. I see it. But before I used to dwell on it. Now I don't. It is there. But every single thing I look at, everything I encounter, everything I hear, everything I smell, it doesn't even matter what sense it is, okay? One of my, what is it, 7 senses you got? It doesn't matter which one it is. Ultimately, I choose how I look at that. Am I going to look at this as a positive thing or a negative thing? There's equal amounts of both in everything that exists. So if I look at it and immediately I'm drawn to the bad, guess what? There's an equal amount of good right next to it, okay? Incorporated into the same thing that you're ignoring for some reason. Why don't you ignore the bad part and look at the good part? Try that once or twice. Find the good in it, because it's there. It's right there in front of you. It is. As bad as something can be, there's an equal amount of good. Sometimes it's really hard to find it, really hard, in like tragic situations. It's really hard to find any good thing good in it. But look, maybe you can find something good. Well, I love talking about this stuff. I do. Because I think it's important. And I think it's simple. And it's Angelina's message. And I'm going to try to help Angelina bring more love and kindness to the world. She's asked. I'm going to try to deliver however I can. So that will definitely end this one. Thanks for watching. Hey Phil, by the way, I love the mashups. I've said it a whole bunch of times, and I really appreciate you for doing this. And you've been doing it for a long time. I know you have. And you do a wonderful job. And there's probably nobody watching this anymore because I've been so long yapping. But if there is, Phil is a great guy. Phil has offered to mentor me in a way and help me with my video quality issues that I've been dealing with. And he's been instrumental in it getting better. And actually there's been a few videos lately that I think were really, really good. And I was following his suggestions. He's far more technical minded than I am. I'm not techie. I'm a carpenter. Okay? So it's been a journey on YouTube, and I must say that most people are very, very, very kind, very nice, very thoughtful. Phil goes above and beyond in his efforts to help me out, and I appreciate it because I need all the help I can get. So thank you, Phil, very much for all your kindness, generosity of your time, and your very helpful suggestions. You know way more about what you're doing than I do, so I appreciate it. So anyway, Happy New Year. We got 2024 coming up. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Have a good day, good night, good morning, whatever it is, wherever you are. We'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.